Hi everybody. So we're off on another weekend of camping. This time we're headed to Otsego State Lake in Gaylord, Michigan. And even though it's fall, it is supposed to be in the 80s this weekend. And today, like most days when we decide to camp, of course it's raining. And not just a little bit. I mean, it's raining. So it's going to kind of be a little bit longer of a crappy ride because of the rain. So, but that's all right. We always enjoy our rides. We take our time. No point in being in a hurry. Just enjoy it. So let me turn the camera around. Most of you should know by now that when we camp, I do not wear makeup. I have to work all week and dress up all week, and I like to just be me. But this is the inside of our little real Lite. The bed is a Murphy bed. It folds up. The couch folds down, so the bed will come out. And then we got a TV up here. And here's our little sink. I put everything in the sink when we travel so it doesn't fall off and go flying all over the camper. Got a little stove here. Here, let me lift this up. So yeah, got a little stove for cooking inside, although 100% of the time we cook outside so far. We have not used our little stove yet, but maybe one of these days. Ooh, that's glass, be careful. And then down here we have our microwave and some more drawers. I already got our towels out for this trip. And here, I'll back up a little bit. Here's our refrigerator and freezer. And over here we have some cupboard space up here. And we have some more cupboard space down here. And I'm going to be reorganizing this weekend. I really haven't spent a lot of time doing that, and I kind of need to. But we do have some storage space down here. It goes all the way back. And there's always storage space under the table if you need it. And there's storage space under here. So, lots of storage space. I just need to organize it a little bit better. I've organized and reorganized. It just seems like I just never can get it quite the way I want it to. And there's that is part of the bed when the cushions are down, a table, once we stop and camp. And then here we have our little bathroom. We have, it's hard to get in there to see it. There's a shower here though. Let me do this. So, shower. So here's our shower. This thing here, when you travel, you need to make sure it's latched. It keeps the doors from sliding all over the place and busting. And of course, you know, the ever famous camper toilet. And we have our little sink with a medicine chest and some more storage over here, 2 more cabinets and one below the sink. So, yeah, this is pretty much it. That's the laundry I need to put in here from the last camping trip. We do keep our certain clothes that we wear just for camping and stuff. We do keep that in the camper all year round, and we've never had any issues. But when we do close up for the winter, we do put like dryer sheets all over the inside of the camper and some damp rid and a little bit of like peppermint oil on cotton balls. Seems to deter like mice and whatever, and it worked. So we'll keep doing it. Well, we made the mistake last night of waiting until this morning to put our slide out in and put our steps up. And now, like I said, it's pouring down rain. So the top of the slide out, it won't hurt. Put it in and it's sealed. So not an issue with any water getting in the camper. It should not. So if it does, then yes, you have an issue. Because when you pull that in, it seals. But the steps are what I'm worried about, because for our camper, they do not slide underneath. They fold up inside the door. And of course, we have carpet on them to keep from slipping when they're wet. And When I fold that up and put it in here, all that water is probably going to run all over the floor. So, not happy about that. But what can you do? Wipe it up, move on. And this is a must. I should let everybody know. This is our little camper fire extinguisher. Everybody should have one. Check it every year, you know, have it checked. Or if you honestly just want to buy a new one, replace it every year. But I think they're good for about 5 years. So I definitely suggest having one. I think they are definitely worth it. And that's pretty much it. There's our radio DVD player up here. This is something I did on my own. I got tired of the remotes just laying around. So what we did was put the 3M Velcro strips on here. And holds everything in place quite nicely while we're traveling. They're kind of hard to get back up there, but they do. And so we put one there. And the other one is up there behind the TV. There's the remote. So, yeah. Just some little tidbits of information that might help you out. We also put these 3M hooks up here on the wall. This is where we keep our camper keys while we're camping, face masks, anything we might need to just reach inside the door and grab. And hopefully next spring we will be switching from the lock that's on the door to the combination lock, because that is much easier and you don't have to worry about carrying keys around with you everywhere. So this is our little camper. It is small. It's perfect for me and my husband. There's just the two of us. I do wish it was just a tad bit bigger, because we go camping all the time and we go for the whole weekend or a week, and we go quite often. So I do wish I had just a little bit more storage. So maybe by me reorganizing this weekend, I can figure something out. So I'm going to work on that a little bit this weekend. But there's our air conditioner. And the little round vents up here in the ceiling are ones you can open, and they pull in air from outside. So when you don't want to run the air and it's cool, it will help pull air in from the outside. So those are really cool. And then your heat comes out from down here under the fridge is the heater. And there's your thermostat on the wall. So yeah, like a little home on wheels. We love it. And we will be heading out here probably in the next couple of hours. It's fairly early right now here at home. Around 5. And yeah, so we will probably be heading out probably around 9:30. We're going to start hitting the road and heading out. But I just have a few more things I need to take care of. And oh, one more thing I wanted to let you know too. One thing we do before we leave, the night before we leave, we plug in the camper. It's usually always plugged in anyway if we're here at home, other than when it's being stored. But plug it in and turn your refrigerator on, because we turn it off when we come home. Take everything out and turn it off. So make sure to turn it back on like the night before you leave. And let it get nice and cold in there, so you can go ahead and put all your food or whatever you want to take in the fridge and freezer. And then you got this little handy dandy lock right here. You flip it over and it keeps your doors in place while you're traveling. So that is something we do. We load it up the night before we leave, and you know, or the morning of. It's not quite full yet. We haven't finished loading it. We both worked yesterday. So, yeah. So, we'll finish loading it this morning. And then, like I said, you know, things you always kind of want to remember. Put the lock on the fridge. Put the lock on the shower doors. If you have a paper towel holder like we do, I found that I know they're kind of expensive, but the best paper towels for camping are the Viva, because you don't have to pull them off of the roll. They stick to each other and they won't roll out. You put any other roll up there, and while you're going down the road, when you get to wherever you're going, they are like strung all the way down, all across the floor and everywhere, because they just slide off the roll. Unless you remember to take the roll down before you leave, which I don't remember to do. So I have found that the Viva paper towels, although they're a little more on the expensive side, they work well for camping because they don't unroll on the paper towel holder. So, little tidbit of information. Same thing to remember to do with the toilet paper. Although, do not change out your toilet paper. Always use the RV toilet paper. You should always use the RV toilet paper. It's biodegradable. It's easier on your system. It's easier on your tank. And they will tell you that when you buy one. So, yeah. And I also wanted to just wanted to let everybody know. So this is kind of the story of how things started for us. We started back in, I believe, 2003, 2004. We tent camped for years. I mean, up until, I want to say up until about 2019. Yeah, 2019. We tent camped. We had big tents for 10 people. We had small tent for 4. We have one for 2. We still have them. And then as we got a little older, we were like, it's a little bit harder for us as we get older to crawl in and out of the tent. So we went to a pop-up. And we had the pop-up for a couple of years. And then we decided that it was just much easier for us if we had the camper. So we bought this little tiny, it's a Palomino real light. And it's small, but it's like I said, it's perfect for 2 people. I mean, it does the job. It's perfect. I like it. We love it. I still miss tent camping. I do. I miss like sleeping in the tent and hearing the rain hit the tent, or hearing, the crickets outside or whatever. But I do love our camper. I wouldn't change it for the world. So that's just a little story of how this all started for us. We are not new at camping. We've been doing this, like I said, since 2004. And we roughed it for years. We did what tent people do. We packed water to boil on an outdoor stove or an outdoor fire and whatever. So we did it all the hard way. So we feel like after all these years, we're entitled to a little bit of easiness. So call it what you will, but we still like having our camper, glamping, whatever. We love it. So I will bring you guys along on our ride as we're heading north. The colors here are not changing very fast this year. It's been too warm. It has literally been in the 70s and 80s during the day, and it has been in the 60s at night. It is usually 40s in the night by now, and usually a high in the low to mid 60s this time of year. So it has been extremely warm. We have not had much leaf color change, but we are heading out in a couple more weekends. That's my birthday weekend of camping. I'm so excited. And we will be heading to Clear Lake Sand Dunes that weekend. So I will bring you guys along on both trips. I will try to remember today to video the filling of the tanks and a little bit of the travel time, traveling down the road, what it's like for us. And yeah, I'll show you whatever. This weekend we're kind of excited because we are not going to stay at the campground all weekend like we usually do. We are going to head to Mackinac City for the day. Not the island. We're going to go to Mackinac City. So they have a restaurant there called the Dixie Saloon, and I love their perch dinner. It is like the greatest thing on earth for me, and I look forward to it, and I only get it about 3 times a year. So looking forward to that, and we will definitely bring you guys along this weekend. So hope to have you tag along. I will let you go for now, and I will bring you back a little bit later. Bye. Okay, we left home already, so I missed showing you the hookup again for the camper, but I will get it one of these days. And here's Jeff's. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta flip my little camera on. There we go. There's Jeff driving along, and as you can see, the weather, I said it was a rainy, crappy day, and it pretty much is. It's supposed to clear up here at home, but then where we're headed, it's supposed to rain, so we'll see how that works out. And then according to our schedule here, 3 hours and 34 minutes. We will see how close to that we can get. So I'll bring you along if I see anything interesting. Okay, everybody, so this is our drive heading to Otsego Lake. We knew that it was going to be rainy, and it is definitely raining. And we have already passed one truck that was in the ditch, and I don't know what happened, but it looked not too good. So yeah, this is our drive. We knew it was going to be crappy on the way up, but we always make the best of it. Still get to be away from home, so hey. And of course, working again. So this is it so far. Okay, everybody, so this is what we are driving in now. This is horrible. It has been thundering and lightning, and it's downpouring, and we're just creeping along, but taking our time. Better be safe than sorry. So this is not weather that you want to pull your camper in to go camping, but it is what it is. So we make the best of it. Okay, so we're filling our tank. We hook a filter to the end of the hose here at the campground and then put our nozzle on. And then, of course, we use the water safe for drinking. And then up here in the front is our propane tank. And Jeff has already turned the propane tank on. And he has turned the hot water heater on. We do this for two reasons. One, it helps put water in the hot water tank, and two, it helps get the water hot faster rather than waiting till we get to the campsite and then turn it on. And we never turn our hot water heater on until we are at the campground and filling. So once we fill, we only have to go from here to our site, so we're okay with that, but we would never do that while we're driving. So, and let's see what else is going on. Not much else. Just filling it. I'm not really sure how big our how much our tank holds, but I'll ask him in a little bit. So we are trying to beat the rain, but it is sprinkling. We were ahead of the rain, then in the rain, and now we're ahead of the rain again. So the other thing about checking in here, it is fall. They did not have anybody at the guard shack, so we had to, there's a little yellow phone up there. Let me see if I can zoom in, if you can see the little yellow phone. Yeah, there's the little yellow phone. So there's instructions that tells you how to use the little yellow phone. You basically pick it up and an operator answers, and you give them your name and your site number and your license plate number, and then they tell you that you're checked in. So basically that's all it was, but we were not warned ahead of time, and we weren't expecting that, because you do have to get out of your vehicle to do that. So anyway, looks like it's going to be a pretty nice little place to park. Down over here is some water, and the park camping spots are back off this way, so we will figure out where we are in just a bit. But right now, it's like I said, filling the tank. So it takes a little while to fill, but I'll let you know. I'll bring you to our site with us when we get there. There's a brewery real close in Gaylord, and my husband was there, Jeff was there a few weeks ago, and he said they had good food and good brews, so we're gonna go check out some of their craft beer and get something to eat, and then we'll come back here and we'll probably be in for the night. I have a feeling by then it's gonna be raining pretty good, so we're just hoping to get set up before the rain comes in. Although, check this out. There's a peak of sunshine. So that's pretty cool. But I don't know if it'll last. So looks like it's going to be a nice, quiet little weekend here at the campground. So this is also the dump station. This is your dump station. This is where we're going to dump before we leave. Our sewer hose will hook into there, and we will dump, and then you rinse with this water that says unsafe for drinking. You can put that hose right into your tanks and flush the water out of the tanks, your gray and black tank, through your sewer hose down into the sewer tank. So yeah, never fill with the unsafe drinking water, because this is the water that comes out of your faucets for bathing, brushing your teeth, doing your dishes. So just make sure you pay attention to that. All right, we are just about done filling. So here we go. We're cruising through the campground. Like I said, we're on site 155. Got the water off over here to the right. And we're just trying to find our site right now. The sites on this end are 100 through 155. We are 155, so we are more than likely on the very end.